Welcome back to the Realistic Cattle Ranch Challenge on Sunshine Forest. I'm BP, and it's time to get to work. We are going to jump right in, guys. We have straw to pick up that I left out from last episode. I did get it all windrowed up. Just want to double check real quick here that we have 180 centimeter bales selected. We are good to go. So I got the straw windrowed up. I also went ahead and cut our first grass field. I windrowed and baled and wrapped all of that. So we have, I think it was 12 more silage bales, maybe 13. Well, they're currently grass bales, but they'll be fermenting into silage bales shortly in our shed and all cleaned up and ready to go. And now we're going to do the straw from our wheat harvest. Once that is done, then we have to get straw into the barn using our mixer. I was debating, we have all the ingredients to make TMR, so we could take some straw, some hay, and some silage and make a batch of TMR for the barn, which would give us the most milk we could get from the cows in there once they give birth. So it might be worthwhile to do a batch of TMR and throw it in there. We'll just have to wait and see. Regardless, we need to do straw. We also have a little bit of a challenge coming up. We have a couple of water buffalo bulls, which we knew, and we had one we bought young, and then we found a better one. And now they're both of breeding age, and one is clearly of higher quality than the other. So we don't want the lower quality one breeding. We do want to grow it, feed it, let it grow up, and then sell it. But we need to get a separate pen set up for the sort of livestock that we're just keeping until the value. We're probably going to sell most of our animals between $3,000 and $4,000 if they aren't of value for giving birth or for breeding purposes or for milk or something else on the farm. So we have that to put up today. And then we also have, I was looking at putting up a calf igloo to start pulling our calves out of the barn so we can take better care of them early on and make sure that they have everything they need and are well taken care of. So a couple of small projects to do. We are still in August. It was a lot of work to get done. So we'll probably get out of August before the end of the episode and into September. We just have to get those projects done because I'm sure we'll have more eligible animals. And we just have to have all of our cattle in their correct pens, fed with the right food, and ready to go. I did, between episodes as well, you guys can see our chicken coop over there. Actually, when we turn around here, I will jump out and show you guys. So real quick, I went in and I bought, I think it's 6 hens and 1 rooster. So you can see different ages, different sizes. So we do have a rooster, so they can reproduce. The chickens have the same, features and traits as the rest of the animals. So I went through and I bought all of the very good, very high, extremely high, the high-ranking chickens, including our rooster, who is only 2 months old. But we have some very high-quality chickens. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 chickens and 1 rooster for 7 total animals. They will be reproducing once that rooster becomes of age. But that's really just to give us some eggs as an additional source of income and give us something to do with the wheat. Because if you remember, the rules of the Realistic Cattle Ranch Challenge are we're not allowed to do any productions outside of dairy related and the 2 base game greenhouses that we have. So it doesn't make sense to me at least, to sell the wheat. We could wait for the best price and we could try to get the most out of it and all that kind of stuff. But, we're not really going to make money on the wheat, and putting, the money into a silo to me just doesn't make sense, because we'd have to buy a silo to store the wheat until it got to the best price. We'd have to have a trailer to transport it. And this way we have the bare minimum equipment. We have just the harvester to harvest the field. We already have a planter. We already have a tractor. We already have all the other equipment we need, but we're not taking on the overhead of a silo and a trailer and finding a place to put the silo and a place to store the trailer, just so that we can wait and sell wheat, which is not a particularly profitable crop, and we don't really get that much of it either. I mean, we'd be talking about making, I can tell you right now, we got what, 20, I think it was 27,000 liters of wheat. So if we come in and check the price menu and scroll down to wheat, at its best, it's not even $400. So we're talking about making like $9,000 to $10,000 off this field. And I think with the minimal investment, the chicken coop was $7,900. I think the chickens were like $264 total for all 7. Our first pallet of eggs is going to be worth a couple of thousand, and over the time we're going to be on the map, if we continue to get eggs and sell them, I think that's sort of a passive source of income without having all that overhead cost. And those chickens in Farming Simulator, as you guys know, tend to be a pretty prolific breeding animal. So once they get going, they give birth every 2 months. So we've got a little bit of time before our rooster's ready, and the rest of our hens are ready. But when they are, that coop is going to flush out with lots and lots of animals pretty quickly. So I think it's just the most efficient way to use what we have on the farm. We also don't want to be taking the attention away from the cattle, right? I mean, that's what we're here for. The chickens are easy. We dump the food in. It's right next to the field. And, when the eggs stack up, we go grab them and we throw them on the trailer with the lettuce and we go sell them. It'll be nice and easy. So that's how we're going to handle the wheat, at least for now. And that was a good amount of an update and everything else, because we are done with our straw field. We got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bales. So not bad at all. Turn the baler off and let's have, we got a couple of little spots over here I missed apparently. So let's grab these. Alright, got them. And a couple of 1,200 liters towards the next bale. Not bad at all. So let's get the baler parked and put away. We're going to have to figure out a new place to store everything, because we've sort of been using the woods over here, mainly because we didn't have any additional space. But we're going to start having more space. I'm not even sure where we had this. I thought it was over here, but there isn't a lot of space for it. So let's see. Tuck it in here on the end, since it's one of our most used pieces of equipment. Perfect. Now, let's go solve a couple of those problems we talked about. I'm excited. We're going to start with our night mixing wagon that we picked up last episode. We're going to put some straw in there and go put that in the barn. So I think we will, how do I want to do this? I think we just want to sort of flip this around and we use the Massey to load it up. Only going to put one bale in it to start, so we'll park this right here, the low side out, and the chute in. And then first person on the Massey seems to be working well. Let's go grab a bale over here. And then we have to put up one more outdoor pasture, and I'd like to put up a calf igloo before we proceed on to September. We are going to have to get that wheat field replanted. I have to check. I'm not sure. Is the Great Plains planter, is it direct drill? It probably isn't because it's base game. So we'll have to see if we need to get a cultivator to get this field replanted, or how we're going to handle that. So we'll take a look at that in just a minute. I'm thinking we might just grab 2. These are probably the biggest bales we're going to carry. These are 11,000 liters each. Yeah, it's struggling a little bit. We get them up high enough we can see underneath them. We can. Not a lot. One's sagging a little bit, but not a big deal. So let's get these thrown into the mixing wagon, which will break them up, and then we're just going to put these right into the barn. We have to check the barn before we make too much TMR, because it doesn't have a huge food capacity. And I know we have hay in there, I know we have silage in there, so we have to sort of let them eat some of that down as well. So let's see, through the bushes and shrubs, through the brush. Let's see. I think maybe we try to get one. We can get both in. Let's see. Let's look up and see how well we're doing. Can you pull that one off too? Looks like it. Okay, cool. Yeah, so this thing only holds 11,900 liters, and our bales are 11,000 each. So they definitely fill this thing up. So here we go. We may have to consider making some... Does this thing turn on? Oh, it does. Love that. Alright, let's get in here where we can see what's going on. And do we need to open it? We unfold it? What is the command here for getting the straw out? That was not what I expected to happen. Let's pop the menu open and take a look. Let's see. Detach, we don't want to do that. Park, we're not doing that. Unload here, Control I, we don't want to force unload. We want to just unload. I'm going to jump out here real quick and just close these doors, so we can get a better, 1, view of what we're doing, and 2, a better approach angle. So let's see, we'll jump in, get in real nice and close. Yeah, it is not interested in unloading. That is surprising. Okay, second option, let's jump into the menu and turn on the triggers. Maybe we don't end up wanting to use the mixing wagon to drop these in. Maybe there's a different spot. Let's see. We have the animal dealer there. We have the slurry there. I'm wondering, maybe the hay, maybe the straw comes in here. So let's grab the Massey. The learning experience. Massey is almost completely hidden in that bush. Let's grab the Massey. Let's grab the shovel out of the way, and then we'll try backing the mixer wagon in. And if that's the case, then we'll just mix food. We won't shred the bales, because we can just drop bales in there. And that'll be nice and easy. So turn off the menu so we can see a little better. Grab our shovel, which is going to be necessary because we're going to be picking up manure here. Alright, so that's out of the way. Alright, ladies, you guys stay inside. Don't do anything crazy. We're going to go outside camera for this. Alright, ladies, excuse me, we're coming in. Come on. Ooh, it is snappy coming around with that trailer. Okay, so it took the bales and we can dump the straw. So let's dump it. There's the chute. Got a couple cows hanging out real close to the mixing wagon. That calf in the background is very happy to be finally getting straw and not sleeping on the concrete anymore. Very exciting stuff for them. All right. Yeah, that looks nice. That's going to fill up most of the barn. How much does that hold? Let's see. The cow barn, straw, I mean, that's 19. We're going to get 22. It probably holds, what, about 30? 27? Something like that? We'll have to see. Okay. That was successful. And let's jump out and close the gate before any of them decide to make a run for it. Be much happier now with their straw bedding down. And then let's take a look at their food real quick. So their capacity, they're at 18,000 out of what I think is a 30,000 liter capacity. They got hay and silage. I mean, we can make some total mixed ration. They're not going to get a ton out of it. So let's try real quick. Let's turn everything off. We got too many things running here. Let's put the shovel back where it belongs, back over here for pulling out manure. Just tuck it in right there and push it up against the gate. Excellent. All right, now let's go grab a bale. And I'm thinking, so it has, what, an 11,900 liter capacity. So we're going to have to do some figuring out of which bales, what size is going to be best for us. I think I was going to grab one out of there, but let's just go grab one out of the shed and mix it all over there. We have grass bales, we have hay bales, and we have silage bales all over here in the shed. So, not sure where they're going to pop out, so we'll give it a little bit of space. Alright, we want one round bale grass, lime, hay, seed, grass, lime. Are we all getting the same things? Round bale grass. Do we not have any silage in here? Like none of these fermented? That's crazy. Alright, well, let's get a hay bale out. Or 6. Not what we meant to do, but, you know, we'll make it work. Alright, so I think the way this is going to work, it's going to be tough to get straw into our TMR mix because of how small our mixer is. So we'll grab a silage bale or 2 out of our sort of backup storage over here. This is going to be awfully tight to get these out. Say it's going to be tight and then sort of handle it like a pro. We are hitting the wall. Turn away from the wall. Don't lose it. Nice. Alright, so these are 5,500 liters each. And that means that we're going to start with 1. Give me 1. There we go. And I'm trying to figure out, we got to figure out the mixed ratio here. That will pull off right there. Beautiful. Let's go grab our hay bale and then let's check our mix ratio. I have to put some of these hay bales back. We got way too many out. So I think the first thing we have to do to make the TMR is get the tractor turned back on, get the mixer wagon turned back on, and then we will be able to check the mix as we do it. So we may have to do a little bit of the dunking technique where you know, put a little bit in and don't drop the whole bale. So turn this on. Turn the mixer on. We're at 5,500. We need the display up. So we are good to go with the silage. Now let's add the hay. All right, guys, this is going to be an experience for both of us. Look up a little bit more. And here we go. I wish it would tell us how full the wagon is in total. Right, because I'm thinking what we want to do here to make this stuff last is go grab a straw bale and finish off that mix with straw. So if we put in one silage bale, then we put in hay until it's equal. That's what we're doing right now. Then we put a straw bale in. We'll see if that's just going to be the recipe. Is it silage, then even it out with hay, and then top it off with straw. And I think that will potentially be the right recipe. So let's grab a couple of bales from over here. May as well bring 2 back this trip. No point in bringing only 1 back. This has turned into quite an adventurous episode. I don't usually make TMR by hand. This is both fun and challenging. I'm used to just putting it all in a silo, pull a big truck up when you're ready to take some out, and, you know, fill it up to however many liters you want, and away you go. Well, we're doing it the real way now, the realistic way, all in quotes, right? Okay, so let's see. Let's grab this guy. Let's bring him down a little bit. Super. And away we go. Don't mind us chickens, just running some straw back. Gonna have to figure out sort of a mixing station setup wherever we park the Fiat with the mixer wagon on it. Alright, so we definitely don't want to use 2 bales. I don't like having partial bales unless we have to. So let's get rid of one of these. Excellent. So the hope is that if we just top off the mix we have in there now with this straw bale, we will keep it in the green. It'll be full. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so it's full. Didn't take much. Cool. So we have made TMR, guys. That was super exciting. Let's get that put into the barn with the cows. See if the Fiat has a turning radius to get this done. It does. That's nice. So I'm marking out here how wide we have to turn a little bit, because that's where we're going to put the next cattle pen. Okay, so we are ready to go. Let's go ahead and dump that in. TMR for the win. Oh, this is a big, exciting day, guys. That is really, really cool. I don't know, it might take all of it. It'll be pretty close. Let's get the interactive zone markers turned off. Don't need those on anymore. Coming down, we're at the bottom third. Because we have 1 cow in there now who is producing milk. And the others will be soon. So it took all but 178 liters. That is all right. Okay. We did TMR. And that was very, very exciting. So the remainder of this episode, we have to get a new cow pasture put in to get our sort of a livestock pen, to get the animals that we don't want mixing with the rest put away. And we had to pull through that set of bushes right there where the feed thing is in order to get turned around here appropriately. So I'm thinking we can bring this guy like right out here. No, I don't want to customize a cow pasture. Yes, I want to plant meadow. Cool. That went very well. Okay, so then step 2 of this process is we want to put down I believe, a left-sided, a left-oriented igloo. So these hold 5 calves. Zoom in and let's get a look. And I'm thinking if we put them right here, they'll be right across from the barn. Be able to put another one next to it once I move the milk trailer, and it won't interfere with anything. We'll have access to both sides to get them food and water. So, cool. We have an igloo. Let's check. I want to check the ground on the igloo. Yeah, we have this huge bump here. That is not going to work. So, can we smooth that out, or do we need to replace it? Oh, it looks like it's smoothed out pretty nice. Let's just try to hit the whole thing here. That doesn't seem too bad. Let's check. Yeah, we got a little bit of a high spot here. I'm wondering if we need to place the other calf igloo, because I want to have 2, because they only hold 5 animals, and we're going to have more than 5 calves here pretty soon. Like in the next, I think, 3 months, we're going to have 6 or 7, so we have several heifers that are pregnant with triplets. So let's get this guy out of the way. Let's jump back over here, and let's do this. Into the construction menu. Let's go ahead and sell this guy back. That's okay. We're going to put him back in a second. But let's grab this level and bring it all the way out. I want to make sure we have enough room to smooth this out, and that both of our calf igloos are on the same level to look nicely placed. I guess we can start with the right one because we're going to put both. So I think that goes right there, and then the left one goes right. Does it go back one? No, it's right there. Okay, then we come back in with the soften tool. We soften everything up, smooth it all out, nice and buttery smooth. We'll give it a quick paint with some gravel, because we don't do concrete out here on the ranch. Everything is gravel based. And I think we're going to want to bring this road right down here as well. I have to do a little bit of landscaping there at a later date, just to smooth it out so it doesn't look quite like a gravel pad everywhere. Does that need smoothing as well? Could just be the way the grass looks. All right, let's see. Oh yeah, that looks good, guys. Yep. Very, very nice. So, first step, we come over here, we grab our rope, our leash. Got to get away from the trigger a little bit. All right, we are there. All right, information. First off, we got our new calf, 0 months old. All right, its mother, its father, both units. Interesting, it doesn't give us the names of their mother and father since we nicknamed them, but that is okay. So I actually have to come to this menu, select him, or her, I should say. Move selected, yes. Take them up to the calf igloo. We're going to move selected husbandry. Very good. Then we got to come down here and get the water buffalo bull that we don't want reproducing with the rest of our herd. And I believe that's Admiral. Let's see. Admiral is high, but Slow Oni is very high and extremely high. Yeah, so Admiral, buddy, you get to live a life of luxury and just eat grass in the pen next door until you're worth $3,000. or thereabouts, and then we will deposit you. We will sell you off. Move to selected. Excellent. So we are making good progress. Okay, so I will go ahead and get the calves. Well, actually we have... Let's get the calves fed real quick. The bull can eat grass. I'm not worried about that. What do the igloos take? I don't even know. All right. So they take everything. Total mix ration, water, and straw. So okay, well, we can do that, guys. We have 176 liters of TMR to get them started. I'll give them more. I'll make another batch between episodes. But for right now, we can just swing up here with our brand new TMR. Okay, there we go. Let's say I gotta get a trigger here. All right, they have TMR, which is great. We want them to be fed. Let's go ahead and leave that there. We'll grab the water tanker. I think I'm gonna move that water spigot as well. It doesn't really make sense where it is now. Maybe we'll put it further down by the calf igloos. I'm not sure yet, but we'll find a better spot for it. Wonder how much water a calf igloo holds. Let's see. Should be right here, I imagine. Started with 7,500. Took 400. Okay, so these are going to be labor intensive to have our calves in the igloos, which is fine. That's what we're here for. This is where the realistic part of it comes in. All right, we'll pull this back over here and maybe top off the greenhouses. See if they need anything. Yep, they are unloading. And then we have a straw bale on the Massey, so we can just go ahead and bring that over and give that calf straw. Ooh, greenhouse was thirsty. Okay, here we go. Okay, that one's done. I'm going to leave that guy emptying. We'll jump into the Massey. And bring this over. I assume the trigger is the same. Do we need to leave it? Might have to turn triggers on. Oh yeah, it took a bunch. Okay, so now outside of food, which we know we have to make another batch of TMR, yeah, they took 1,800 straw, 400 water, and they'll take more TMR. So the calf igloos are good to go, guys. That is super exciting to have on the ranch. So that's all we're going to get done for today. We did not make it to September because I have to make one more batch of TMR. But I'll get that TMR made up, and I will see you guys in September for the next episode. Thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget to drop a like and turn on notifications for more videos, and we'll see you in the next one.